Hello and welcome to my channel Pharmacy in Depth, where we'll talk about pharmacy related topics in detail. Today we will see the story of penicillin discovery, the world's first antibiotic. We will see the work and contribution of Dr. Alexander Fleming, Dr. Howard Florey, and Dr. Ernest Chain in discovery, extraction, purification, and large-scale production of penicillin antibiotic. It was year 1928 and Alexander Fleming had gone to Scotland to enjoy his summer vacation. He came back to London where he was working as a bacteriologist in St. Mary Hospital. When he came back to his lab, he was surprised to see that in a petri dish in which he has grown some staphylococci bacteria, a mold was growing. Upon careful examination, he could find out that the mold was preventing the growth of bacteria around a certain area. Upon further studies, he could find out that the mold was Penicillium notatum. He worked for a few more weeks on this and had grown enough mold to conclude that there was some factor in the penicillium mold that not only inhibited the growth of bacteria but more important might be harnessed to combat infectious diseases in humans. But the problem was that he had no lab resources, no chemistry background to take out the active ingredient from the mold and purify it, and he had no knowledge of how to use it in humans. Here comes the second hero of our story, Dr. Howard Florey, who was a professor of pathology and was the director of Sir William Dunn School of Pathology at the Oxford University. He was working on a research project of natural germ-killing substances with Dr. Ernest Chain. 9 years later, he came across the paper written by Dr. Alexander Fleming of this penicillin discovery in the British Journal of Experimental Pathology. He told about the paper to Dr. Ernest Chain and they both were excited to extract the active ingredient from the mold. Florey and Chain ran a series of experiments to extract the active ingredient from the mold, and they were somehow able to get it in a solution form which was brown yellow in color. They dried the water from it and they could get a dried yellow color powder. In 1940, they conducted an experiment in which they divided 50 mice in two groups. In one group, they injected the deadly Streptococcus bacteria, and in second group, they injected the bacteria along with the penicillin. The group in which the bacteria was given alone, the group died completely, and the group in which the penicillin was given along with the bacteria, the group survived. This was the first time that their extracted penicillin was injected into an animal, and it has proven to be effective against the Streptococcus bacteria. But the problem was how to produce enough pure penicillin to treat people. In spite of the efforts to increase the yield from the mold culture, it took 2000 liters of mold culture fluid to obtain enough pure penicillin to treat a single case of sepsis in a person. So they were continuously working to increase the yield of penicillin from the mold. They were trying different strains of penicillin to increase the yield. And one fine day in 1941, a laboratory assistant, Mary Hunt, has bought a melon from a local market and she saw a golden mold on its surface. Upon further examination, it was found out to be Penicillium chrysogenum, which produces 200 more times of penicillin as compared to Penicillium notatum. And the productivity increases to 1000 times when it is mutated using X-rays. During this time, US has entered the World War II, and from January to May in 1942, 400 million units of pure penicillin was manufactured, and by the end of the war, American pharmaceutical companies were producing 650 billion units a month of penicillin. It was given to the soldiers and it proved out to be so effective that in World War I, the death from bacterial pneumonia was 18%, which reduced to less than 1% in World War II. For this great discovery that has revolutionized the world in the field of medicine, Fleming, Florey and Chain were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in year 1945. Now let's understand how this penicillin actually inhibits the growth of bacteria. A bacterial cell wall is made of alternating unit of N-acetylmuramic acid and N-acetylglucosamine, which are connected by a glycosidic bond. Monomer units of NAG and NAM along with short peptide chains are prepared inside the cell and they are transported outside the cell through bacterioprenol. An enzyme, autolysin, cleaves the already prepared peptidoglycan layer and fits the monomer subunits inside it. Another enzyme, transglycosidase, forms a cross-linking bond between these subunits. A third enzyme, transpeptidase, forms a bond between peptide chains. This enzyme has an affinity to penicillin. Penicillin binds to this enzyme and disrupts its function, as a result of which the cross-linking does not take place between the peptide chains. So guys, this was all about the discovery of penicillin. Thanks for watching the video. I really hope you liked my video, and if you did, like it, share it and subscribe to my channel.